Good afternoon, everyone. I had a request to go over how I mounted the links on my Hobby Plus Arktos 6x6. I actually have two of them. One's my son's and one's mine. His doesn't have as much done to it, just kind of keep it stock because he doesn't really run it a lot. I've actually mounted them two different ways. The instructions say to mount it differently than you usually would on any other vehicle when you put aftermarket links in. Um, Usually you'd have the longer section here and then the bend towards the axle on both sides. Hobby Plus, when they sent out the instructions, they show it this direction for these two. So you actually have the shorter section towards the middle, and then in the rear, they have it the normal way. I did it like that on this one, and then I did it how I would usually do it on this one to see if there was any difference. But I have not noticed any difference. They're so small, and the tires are so close to the skid, being a small truck with a 1.2 inch wheel and tire. I haven't noticed any hangups. The only thing I noticed on both of them is no matter which way you do it, you have the drive shaft hanging down, and it doesn't affect it. You can see it right there. I actually think that this hides it. This direction hides it a little bit more because it is shorter. So I'm guessing that's why they have it that way. But I have never really hit it. I don't really have any marks on there because the tires are right here. So it really doesn't matter, I don't think. The biggest thing you have to do, that you have to check when you're installing it, is there's just certain ways the brass spacers go. Let's see if I can get it in the light here. This one will have a brass spacer on the top upper one there in the back. And then this one has them here on the upper one again, but towards the skid. And again, on the upper one towards the skid. And the front one has it here as a spacer. That's really the only thing you got to watch out for. Lengthwise, they're the same as stock. So if you didn't have instructions and it didn't come with any instructions, then I would, just match them up to your stock ones as you take them off for the lengths, and just watch out for those spacers, because I think the stock ones had a spacer too. So just match it up with what you have. So you got upper spacer, upper rear spacer, lower spacer, and it's opposite side than this one. And then this is the same. So pretty much all the uppers up here have a spacer, I just noticed actually, and then this one has a spacer. This rear one does not have a spacer, and nor does this lower one here. So that was mostly what they were asking about, but I figured I would go over the whole truck anyways. Obviously, this is a pretty much stock one. The only thing it has done to it is the Hobby Plus steel wheels and the, I think they're aluminum. Yeah, aluminum links, just because I didn't want them to be bending and breaking, especially with a kid driving it. And kind of, he likes to be in second gear and going quickly. Likes to hit things pretty hard. Other than that, it's pretty much stock. Yeah, it's all stock electronics and everything. Stock shocks, stock winch, stock lights, stock LEDs. The only thing I've done is I did do the bearings on this one, just like I did on this, so both of them have it. That's why there's a bunch of extra. Probably put a little too much in there of grease. And I put in marine grease. Actually, it's right here. Marine grease 2,4-C with PTFE by Quicksilver. You can grab it at like AutoZone and some other places like that, or just get it on Amazon. So this one's, like I said, just stock, not much done to it. I did have a light bar that I have a design on Maker World 4 to have two little strobe lights, but he rolled it over multiple times, broke one off, so I just put the stock one of mine on because I could not find for the life of me his stock gray one. So I just put the stock black one in. Works fine for him. So onto mine. This is the one that had the rollback conversion on it, but I didn't use it enough to want all that high weight. I just wanted a flatbed, but I kind of didn't want the stock one. I wanted like a wooden flatbed, so I made this design up. It's also available on Colts 3D, just like the rollback conversion. Sorry, we built right onto the stock runners of the stock bed. Mine doesn't, usually you would have it if it was stock and you didn't have these. You'd have another one down here, a fourth one, but I have the boxes on that are also like this. Those are on Maker World. The only thing that's not on Maker World for this truck is the bed on both of them, the rollback or the flatbed. Those are both on Colts 3D. This has the bed, it has the side boxes for electronics. I unscrewed these earlier. This has a light controller to control all the lights that I put in because I did aftermarket lights. So I tucked that in there with a bunch of the extra wire from it. The other side, I have my receiver and receiver and a bunch of the extra wire and a splitter for some of the LEDs for some other stuff that was on there. I did have a roll bar on here with adjustable lights that you can switch on the controller, but they're not there anymore. There's the Nexx Racing 59mm, I believe it was 59mm shocks. That was 69mm shocks. And I wish I hadn't gone with 69. I kind of wish I went with the 63s because they're just a little too tall. When you're unloading up a hill, I mean, it works okay. I put in some thicker oil to not spring up so much, but they just really unload. But they do okay. I'll put in some footage right here. Yeah, baby.
So basically, I'm not in Rio, but.
Stock tires on both. This one is running the stock foams. This one I actually 3D printed some inserts that I designed. These are just some of the prototypes here, but a lot squishier. They've done pretty good out on the rocks. Like I said, all these lights are aftermarket. These are the only stock ones left. I actually put them onto the bed. The bed conversion for this uses the stock ones. Mine, this is the prototype one, so these are too wide for the stock wiring, so I actually extended it. But the one that's up there now uses the stock length wires. I have a GDW servo on there with a Mias servo horn. These are actually Furitek FX118 steering links because they didn't have any of the Hobby Plus Arktos ones in stock. Because it's the same platform as the Furitek, just because Furitek was rebranded Hobby Plus. I think it was like the Harvester. Put some D-rings on. I got from Aliexpress. They kind of actually hit though and hang up. I might take them off. Inside, it's also, I painted it to my metallic blue, Tamiya metallic blue. Actually, it's right here. PS16. Just because that's what I had on hand and it worked fine. I haven't had any issues with it, even though it's for polycarbonate. Yeah, I just bought a second body just in case. Looks like there's some crap in there, but bought a second body just in case I messed it up. I also cut out on the body wise. I cut out a bunch of this centerpiece so this can come completely down when you're working on it. Usually it only goes, I think I didn't cut this one. It actually goes about the same, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can go a little farther. Not much. It was also to get some wiring through there at the beginning, and I drilled a hole, but I didn't end up needing that for a while. I run it on 3S. It's an MB100 by Endura ESC. The receiver was a Radiolink RC6 GM or FGM or whatever it's called. No, RC4 FGM, something like that. Other than that, it's pretty much stock-ish. I mean, all the electronics were swapped out and stuff, but I mean, chassis-wise and the body, I haven't really done much to trimming-wise or anything. I didn't want to go crazy on the tires or wheel sizes, so I just did the stockish size tires. And I mean, the stock tires are pretty good. I mean, they're a little softer, kind of like the the newer rock van has some a little bit softer tires, and I also have them on the Bronco. But it's been pretty good. I also put bolts just sitting out like inwards here instead of going the other direction, because you can just undo one and then slide this off if you want to. I mean, honestly, you can just kind of pull it out if you needed to. It's been one of my favorite mini trucks to go and run, just kind of because it's a 6x6, and you don't see many of those out there. I don't know why this won't close all of a sudden. There we go. Just the balance plug. Stock motor. I had a Mini 16 in here. Didn't really care for it. It was just too fast for it. It was not needed. Ended up going in my UTV 18. Enduro drive shafts off of a HBI Venture 18. The Hobby Plus drive shafts are just a circle, and there's a lot of slop in them. Everyone says these ones have some slop just because they're, you know, little guys, and plus like the metal links have slop. But I mean, these have a little bit of slop, but not as much as the Hobby Plus ones. But the Venture 18 works great. It's a front one, a rear, and a rear, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, front, rear, whatever. I don't remember. You have to buy 2 sets no matter what, and then you can use it. I think the other set is actually sitting in this. Yeah, the other one's sitting here. So it must be front and the rear, and then 2 rears here. But either way, it works great. I haven't had any issues with it. This one also has bearings. I did the brass portal covers and the aluminum portal box on this one, just to give it that low down weight. It's been really good and really fun. That's pretty much the overview for it. It was mostly just for the links, just to show hopefully enough video of it for the person that asked about it. Like I said, just match up the sizes as you take them off. But the only straight one is going to be this up here in the back, the upper. This is a bent link. This is a bent link, bent link, bent link, bent link. This is how I kind of prefer it this way. This one, like I said, neither one's had problems, but the drive shaft definitely sticks down a little bit longer here just because the link is later on. It's just hard to see in the camera. But this one doesn't stick down as long. The only thing is too is because this is lifted, it looks worse, but it's actually not that bad. It's lifted because of the longer shocks. But that's my overview on both of those trucks. I'm actually going to be making another bed for this. That's actually just more, I guess you can call it compish style. It's just going to be a skinny bed because I do get this hung up when I'm on the rocks, and I mostly just crawl with this. I don't do anything with anything on the bed. I might put it on there for like a picture every so often or something. Throw a truck on there to toot around for a little bit, but it's not really that fun to me to do the scale type recovery stuff. So I just wanted to mostly crawl with it. But yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll answer them as soon as I can. Up next will be the upgrades on the rock van. Just waiting for them to come in from Direct RC. USPS hub there is horrible. It's not Direct RC's fault. Stuff went from middle of the country to the complete opposite side of me. So it's been stuck over in Seattle, Washington, and I'm supposedly going to get it tomorrow. So if so, then I'll have a video this week of the upgrades on that, and we'll go from there. Right, have a good day.